What's up, gamers? We are back with more Starfield. As I promised at the end of the last video, we have traveled back in time, and we are now prior to my decision whether I'm going to side with UC Sistef or the Crimson Fleet. I am gonna, I'm gonna stick to my guns and side with UC Sistef. Even after I discovered a few troubling things that happen as a result of that, but we'll get into that later. But for now, I do want to see how siding with the Crimson Fleet plays out. I don't want to have to wait till my next playthrough, or I've heard some rumblings that there's like a new game system in Starfield. I don't want to wait till New Game Plus, as it were. I do want to check it out. I want to see it. My curiosity is just too high. What happens if you help UC Sistef arrest all these people and then at the last minute you decide to take the side of the Crimson Fleet? Do they figure out that you've been working for UC Sistef and just made the right decision in the end? Are you able to tell them about the things you learned about Delgado? That's the most or about Crix. That's the most interesting thing to me. I want to see if Delgado or Neva or anyone has some sort of reaction to the final betrayal of Jasper Crix and all that. So yeah, my curiosity is just too high. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I just want to sort of start on that path and see where it's kind of leading. And once I get a good feel for what that path entails, we're going to load my actual save and continue playing the game from where we left off. So let's get right into it. As you can see, my quest is back to where I have to make that decision, and we are going to go to the key instead of to the UC Vigilance, and we're going to see how that plays out.
Yes, we're here. Look at those people.
Systems still swarming us! All ships, take them out!
Direct hit to their draft drive.
Target's engine is down. Easy peasy. Oh, that just took out their shields. Yes! Target's grav drive is down. So sorry,
Take
folks.
that, you bastards! You're not setting one goddamn foot in here! Quit flying in circles and get your ass aboard. We need to talk. Now.
Sorry, I had the volume real low. I'm not sure yet whether that affects the volume of the game on stream. I should really test that at some point. But basically, Delgado was basically the same scenario that played out when I sided with the UC Sistef. Once I got here, UC Scouting Patrol was already on the attack. I take them out, and Delgado urges me to quickly board the key because he needs to confer with me. I'm of course returning with the legacy, ready to make all his wildest dreams come true. And it looked like similar to what happened when I sided with UC Sistef. One of the scout ships escaped, presumably to bring word back to UC Sistef that I have betrayed them, that I'm no longer their agent, but now a double agent.
And complete. Easy peasy.
All right, don't stand there looking stupid. Everything's going to hell and Delgado needs you in operations.
Calm down, I took care of the ships. I have Crix's legacy. Has the key taken any damage?
Not yet, but hey, if you stand here long enough, maybe we can just wait and see if their next attack wave does a better job.
Looks like Sistef finally decided to show up.
Yeah? You think? Ikande's throwing everything he's got at us. but we're planning on pushing his sorry ass all the way back to Jemison. That is, unless you want to keep standing here talking while the Vigilance puts its crosshairs on us.
No, ma'am. Just trying to get the quest objective to actually do what you asked me to do. Ooh, that was weird. Yeah, y'all...
Sister never learns. No one comes at the fleet and lives.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I was sorry for being
Dale's
weird and
gonna
run
have
back
to
and
bring
forth.
out the
But
big
it
guns
seemed
for
like I
you.
was floating instead of
Cut
actually
all
running.
the stops.
But I'm remembering now that I'm like super over encumbered here, so in my other save that will be loading momentarily, I have done all the inventory management and cleared out all the junk that I accumulated over
I
the
don't know
past
if you've
few.
heard, but SysDef's decided to pay us a little visit.
Sharks don't scare me.
Hell yeah. We took out that first wave, no problem.
Oh yeah? Well, it ain't just SysDef. They came with some backup. There's about 1 million great whites in those waters, and they're all smelling fleet. So when the next attack comes, we're gonna need every last junker in the fleet out there with guns strapped to the hood. Let's make sure the only blood in the water is theirs.
Woo! So by the way, fun fact, I figured out after, God, this is episode 70, I think. If you hold the X button, it puts away your weapon. So now I don't have to walk around with my weapon out all the time. There's something crazy going on over there. Looks like we have a poltergeist on board.
Delgado will work out a battle plan. All we need to do is follow it.
Sounds good, Shinya. I'm glad your bomb hasn't already been detonated like it was the last time I saw you. Although I did save his life. Definitely one of the things we're going to do today once we get back to the correct timeline is we got to go visit Delgado and Shinya on the UC Vigilance. They're in the brig. Am I not remembering? I guess I just take this elevator up, right, to the command center.
Not now.
Is that
We'll
it?
talk after.
That is Grix's legacy?
Yes, sir.
I can't believe it's right here. Jazz, fire up the analyzer. Can you confirm?
It's true. You were right all along, Del.
You know, there were moments, doubts. I almost stopped believing it was real, that I was chasing ghosts. But
You
then
kind of were.
came that day on Subarov, and everything changed. And now, here it is. Grix's legacy. Our future. Of that, there can be no doubt.
You finally have it. This has been a long time coming.
This day will go down in history. And so will you. But it's not over yet.
No.
Now, only one thing stands in our way. The vigilance.
I'm ready to take it down.
Speak of the devil. Jazz, what is the situation?
Looks like Ikande is starting to move.
Typical SysDef. The sharks are so bloodthirsty, they won't even give us time to bask in the moment.
Yeah, it definitely has nothing to do with him finding out that his undercover agent has betrayed him and delivered the legacy to you. Why is Commander Ikande attacking us now? Because I have no idea.
They're afraid of us. With Grix's legacy in hand, Ikande knows
that
we're
is true.
unstoppable. It's a desperate move that's going to end with UC SysDef losing everything.
Sounds good to me. Forget SysDef. We have the legacy now. No need to worry. I've already wiped out SysDef's first wave. God, the thing with whenever I'm having dialogue with Delgado, like I feel like he's gonna hate every option the game gives me, and I think that's by design. Like he's meant to constantly be screaming at us. Like if I say this, he'll be like, I don't know. no need to worry about. Like if I say this, he's gonna be like, you're putting the cart ahead of the horse, and if I say this, he's like, you're ignoring the real problem. And if no need to worry. I've already wiped out
Are you
Steph's
trying?
first
I
wave.
saw that. Hell of a job. But this is just the beginning.
Oh, he was
Those
actually
first
nice
few
to me for
SysDef
once.
ships were only scouts, trying to
I
confuse
know.
us and probe our defenses.
Yeah, I get
Which means
that.
they're playing it smart. They're gonna try to take out our defensive batteries before bringing in their big guns.
The
Yeah, I
batteries
suspect
are
they
the
will do
only
that for
thing
no
we have
particular
with
reason.
enough electromagnetic firepower to punch through the Vigilance's hardened shielding. We lose those batteries, we lose everything.
I mean, I have an EM weapon installed on my ship, but I'm sure that's not what you mean. Then there's little time to waste. I bet my ship has enough firepower to take out the... No. Sounds like SysDef is... What do you mean electromagnetic firepower? No. Well, okay, sure.
Standard weapons don't stand a chance against the Vigilance's shields.
The batteries are massive versions of the EM weapons you'd mount on your ship. You know, designed to overload enemy shield generators.
Yeah, no,
A
I've
direct
got
hit from
some of
all
those.
three is guaranteed to bring that beast's shields down so you can take out its engines.
Yeah, then it'll be dead in the water. Sounds good to me. Then there's little time to wait.
Exactly. Jazz,
Wow,
lay the plan
Delgado
out
is
for
being
us.
really agreeable.
We're gonna hold the fort here while you hop back into your bird and head for those
Uncharacteristically
defensive
so.
batteries. For optimal firing coverage, we're keeping them far from the key and each other. So you'll have to jump to each one individually.
You see any SysDef ships get within pissing distance of the batteries, you take them out. In the meantime, we'll secure Crix's legacy here and have Shinya begin cracking the encryption right away.
Sounds good to me, boss. It's really interesting to see this. Like, it's two sides of the same coin in many ways. But it's fun to get, like, the other perspective, and that's why I'm doing this. Are you sure? I've already asked and answered, like, before this mission, but I'm going to ask it again, because why
He
not?
better, or we're screwed.
He's
Don't
a little
worry,
more
Shinya's
confident
the
before.
best. Ever since you started getting close to Crix's legacy, we've been refining his decryption algorithms. Buy him some time, and he'll get the credits flowing.
Sounds good to me, Jazz. I think Crix's legacy will be safer with me. What a weird thing to say. Crix's letter better be here when I... No, I mean... Sure, send me to get killed on it. What the hell is this dialogue tree? Like, this is really weird. I feel like there's no good choices. Can't I just say, sir, yes, sir, and... I guess this one?
This isn't some kind of trick, and I don't play around. I could have killed you the moment you stepped onto my station and taken that data core out of your dead hands.
Yeah, see, I
Receiving
knew
a cut of
no
those
matter what I
credits
picked,
is
he was
the
gonna
only
be
thing that
pissed.
is convincing the fleet's captains that it's worth risking their own lives to defend the key.
Hey, if it's any help, you can count on one hell of a party when you get back.
Sounds good to me. Thank you,
Amen,
Jazz. Yeah,
Jazz.
yeah,
Once the
amen.
batteries are online, we will start our attack of the Vigilance.
Right,
We'll tear
right.
apart the shields, board the ship, and bring Ikande to his knees.
Oh, I'm gonna get to board it like I got to board the key. No, that's fine.
and
We're
you have
doing.
your orders. Oh, and one last thing before you go. In preparation for the attack, Ikande arrested some of our people. While you're aboard the Vigilance, you might want to spring them from the brig. All right, that's
yeah,
it.
I can do
You have
that.
any questions? Now's the time. Otherwise, good luck.
Except as soon as they get back here, they're gonna tell you I'm a double agent, which is why I'm like really curious how this plays out. No, what is going on here? Oh, it's just okay. Sure. Secure defensive battery. Oh, I've got 3 separate objectives. That's really interesting. Let's start with Alpha, I guess, because I somehow have a feeling that's the first one they're going to attack. For no particular reason. You're carrying too much and... Oh my god, okay, fine game. I get it. I know I'm a big fatty right now. I don't plan on, like, continuing with this save file, so I should probably just drop a bunch of shit on the ground, but... Meh. Too lazy to do that right now. Look at all the captains going to their ships. Yeah, let's do it, boys. UC stuff is going down. Woo! Alright, now will you let me fast travel their game? He said that thing too about jumping between everyone, even though they're all in orbit of this planet. It's a little bit weird. A little bit of a weird dialogue choice for the writers. You cannot travel, your ship's docked. Lovely. Part of me kind of knew that, but I feel like it's sometimes pretty inconsistent and lets me fast travel at weird moments. Like, I think if I boarded my ship and not gone into the cockpit, it wouldn't have cared that the ship was docked and it would have just let me go. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. Why do these keep switching positions? Am I crazy? Alpha.
We're free.
I'm really interested because Jasper and them were talking shit whilst doing this part of the mission last time. I'm curious if we're going to hear UC Sysdef. Specifically Lieutenant Top.
On our own again, are we? Well, I still got your back.
Oh, whoa, got room for a third at the party? Who the hell do you think's doing all the heavy lifting here anyway?
Target's engine is down. Nice.
I like how my crews just ride or die.
There
Like,
goes their engines. Whoopsie.
All right,
compares like there goes their engines. Whoopsie, like Barrett, you know I'm attacking
Nice work.
the UC right now.
We're not out of the woods yet.
Cool that? Oh, I'm already done with Alpha. So Beta we go. This is my basically fighter jet equivalent. A spacecraft. I have a fancy new spacecraft to show you once we're done with this mission, although there's a problem with it, which I'll discuss when we get there.
Beta battery is down. This stuff must have knocked something loose. Buy me some time to do a remote fix, will ya?
Target's
A
grav
remote
drive
fix.
is offline.
Yeah, I can buy it.
Nice work.
Enemy! Their grav drive is crippled! They're not escaping! Target's grav drive has been knocked offline!
My crew's all about this. They don't care that it's
We
easy.
have disabled their shield!
Just like whatever you say,
Drive is
boss.
fried.
Remote repair complete. Beta back online. Whew, that's why they call me Jazz.
I love you, Jazz.
All right.
I'm sorry I had to
Don't
betray you in
pat
the
yourself on the back.
timeline. All right, gamma time.
This stuff's running interference on Gamma. Can't establish a lock for remote repairs. Do something about
Alpha's
it.
grav drive has been disabled.
Target shields wrecked.
Oh, there's credits on this.
Hang on a sec.
Maybe I should be a little.
Dell, reading multiple contacts here, and one very pissed off flagship.
All right, this is it. Oh,
Oh wait, I should let that dialogue play. Hold on.
ships fall back. Defend the key.
Return to the key. You got it, boss. The UC vigilance is going down. If you can't tell, I'm having lots of fun doing this. It almost makes me want to side with the pirates, but I won't. That's what the second
Contact
playthrough is
incoming.
for. Uh-oh.
Crimson Fleet. This is Commander Ikande of the UC Vigilance. Surrender and prepare to be
I don't
boarded.
currently have control over my ship.
Hurry! Sister ships? Show them how we do things around here!
Oh, okay. It was because they wanted... It was a settings thing. Oh, whoops. I literally bumped into them. I'm focusing on vigilance.
Come on! Defensive batteries are ready to
Unleash help, but I can't get a clear shot.
all ships! Don't waste your time on the vigilance! Take down those asteroids!
Oh, Delgado's telling me to stop doing the exact thing he's doing. So.
Grab drive is down. That won't even leave a scratch.
Pick up the grab drive. You're fighting with System now, pirate!
Oh, I might actually lose my shield for
grab
one.
drive. They cannot jump away.
Grab in the red!
Oh no, that's the vigilance again. God, I'm bad at this. Here we go. This is one of them.
I've got your back, Rover. Let's show them how the fleet fights.
Watch it. Additional enemy contacts jumping in now.
I do like all all these characters I know are like backing me up. That's fun. Shit, that's the vigilance again. I'm really bad at this game.
Ship still holding.
Direct hit to the grab jump. It's offline. They've
Don't worry
fixed
about
their
it, man.
shields. Ah.
Please. Is that your best shot?
Grab drive is down.
When I was on the side of the
Oh, you're
system, it was really just Lieutenant Top
Enemy has lost their grab drive.
in the battle with me. And like unnamed UC pilots and stuff. I don't know if Alex was there. I don't remember it. If he was. He's not a very memorable character, let's be real. I need to speed away and repair some. They're actually really putting me through my work, but that's mostly because I keep accidentally targeting vigilance.
Get those engines. God damn it.
You're messing with the best.
I hope they didn't need that grab drive.
Grab is up.
No, their grab drive. Their shields are gone. Target's jump drive is down. Target's ship's engine seems to be having trouble. Too bad. So sad.
Whoa. Taking such heavy firepower is causing my game to lag. Where are all these enemy ships
Is
that are
that
shooting
your
at me?
best
The
shot?
target's shields are offline.
Crazy. There's definitely more UC system pilots.
The ground's
If you
non-functional.
choose this route, then there were pirate pilots.
Target's grab drive is
Engines
Quite
disabled.
the epic space
The
battle.
target, I mean.
I'm having lots of fun.
Looks clear, Jazz. Take the shot.
Locking onto the
Oh,
vigilance
time
now.
to go for the vigilance, huh? Say no more.
Firing.
Able to vigilance. Got it. Game, I will
Take
do
'em out.
that.
Inner shields are
Enemy
down.
shield generator has been
Their
removed.
engine is offline.
Got their grab drive.
Let's do this.
Taking damage.
That's actually doing a lot of damage to me. I should stop that. I thought that was like a pro gamer move,
Target
but
practice.
Engines down.
Dust. All captains, board that ship immediately. The vigilance is ours, fleet. I want her intact.
Jump drive is back. It's gonna be okay.
board the vigilance. Oh god, please let me target it, game. What the fuck? I had it targeted, but then I clicked off it by accident, and then it like started bugging out.
See you inside, Rook.
Yeah, see you inside, and please stop calling me Rook. Please.
Air pressure.
I better get my
seals,
promotion is all
ship
I'm saying.
integrity, all good.
At the end of this this timeline. I won't that I'm gonna use Jasper Crix's content.
All decks, defensive stations. Drive them back.
Now, does it have optional free people from the brig type of thing? No.
And shut off the damn alarm.
Maintenance team, Protocol Gamma. Repeat, Protocol Gamma.
Optional secure the brig. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Because they'll all rat me out. Oh, this game is trying to lead me the wrong way, I can see now. The quest objectives are really weird. There's like 3 or 4 of them that don't necessarily correspond with what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm really lost, if I'm being honest. Oh, so I have to find like a way around this? Am I understanding what's happening correctly? I was just as confused when I boarded the key. Because they had it blocked off in weird ways. So even though I knew my way around the key at that point, it was really difficult to figure out. Because the brig's this way?
Not on my watch.
Oh, sorry, Armin. Don't worry. We're gonna be using a time machine after this.
Fire!
I love the hell out of this gun, by the way. Definitely using this thing through the rest of the playthrough. Alright, game, how do I let people out of their cells? Alright, well, I secured the bridge. Optional, release Crimson Fleet prisoners. Yeah, not going to do that. Oh, actually, maybe I will. I am curious if they rat me out or not. Let's find out, shall we? Oh, that's neat. You have to hack into the computer to do it. That's fun. I like that. Unlock all cells.
No going back now.
Yeah. Well, you know, I know you say that, but now wait. Cargo bay. I don't know if I've ever been in this part of the UC Vigilance before. I feel like maybe not.
You lead, I'll follow.
Yeah, I appreciate that sentiment, but I honestly have no freaking clue where I'm supposed to be going here.
Go, go.
Am I supposed to go into the cargo bay?
All right.
Oh, I guess so. Shit.
Light 'em up. You're gonna get yourself killed.
I gotta make sure I don't kill my girl by accident. That kind of looked like her. I was a little bit worried. That was neat. What, is this not the way? Where the hell does this game want me to go right now? It's definitely a part of the ship that I never had access to previously.
Hull integrity at 65%.
Clear. Damage. Catastrophic. Unable on beginning combat protocol.
Hello? Oh, you're friendly, right?
Robotics Bay reports critical failure. All systems offline.
I feel kind of bad because I know all those robots have names and backstories because of my favorite NPC. So it feels some kind of way.
Well, the drop in. What took you so damn long? Engineering section is just up ahead. You take the lead. Need someone to soak up all of their shots.
Sounds good, Neva. Sorry I just put all those bolts in you. I thought you were the enemy. I'm glad you didn't. Oh, look, this guy's got the cool thing, too.
Nobody can stop the Crimson Fleet.
Where are we going, Neva? Here? Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Here we go. Head up! I got you.
Threat eliminated.
Diverting all available power to shield. Shield at 5%.
I just heard someone scream, "Force system!" This is super fun. I'm glad I'm getting to experience this and see the parts of the ship I never would have seen otherwise.
We'll stop their assault right here.
Where am I even being shot from? Like that? Oh, yeah. I guess those are friendlies? I can't forget. This power's not useful in that regard, at least. This game's really confusing as to what it wants me to do right now. I mean, I guess it's because I'm being dumb, if we're being real. I could have the scanner out, which would be showing me the path along the floor that I need to take. I know that's a mechanic. Stop yelling at me. Nope. Okay. Oh. You got it, boss. Look at me using the game's mechanics correctly for once in my life. Optional speak to Albert Kemp? Okay.
Over here. Hurry.
What? I'm trying to speak to you. It's an optional objective.
Hey, there you are. This is a far cry from enforcing debts in Sidonia, am I right?
Jesus, I just dropped my controller. Yeah, I remember that. I don't need to ask about it. I really don't have time for I owe you one for getting my foot in the door.
Hey, I've got a juicy cut of Crix's legacy coming my way. I'd say that makes us more than even. So, section ahead's a bit tricky. Comchatter says SysDev's about to hit us with a squad of heavily armed troops. I've hacked all their bots and turrets to give us some backup, or if you want to move fast, I can find you a way around instead. How you want to play this?
weird. This is a weird, like... Don't worry about it, I got this.
Look at you. All right. Can't wait to see this.
Alright, where do you want me to go, game? What? Oh, okay. What? There's no way you want me to go through a master locked door game. Oh, this is the door he would have opened if I'd said the other dialogue thing, right? I get it. Okay, fine. Well, at least I'll get to show off my lockpicking skills to the dude. I might already screwed up this puzzle, though. Oh, maybe not? No, this still feels like a major screw-up, but... Oh, wow, actually, I can't believe I made it through that after wasting, like, singles like that. Boo! Alright, where do you want me to go, game?
Gotcha.
Say less.
Protect the commander at all costs.
Okay. Look at this, it's like a cafeteria. I wonder if there's a way you can, like, see the other parts of the vigilance. If you so choose. Like, even when you're on their side and not taking it by force. I upped the sensitivity on my aim recently, so I'm still getting used to it. That's why I'm swinging I'm aiming wide and stuff all the time. Still getting used to it. Where do you want me to go, game? I'm lost again. Back this way? Okay. Game. Oh, you want me to go down? Okay.
Intruder detected on deck 2. Tactical teams to deck 2.
I mean, I was like, this is going to be much quicker than when I cleared the key out, but it's actually, look at this, the crew quarters and everything.
Surrender, traitor! Get off our ship!
Oh, no thank you. Get off this mortal coil. How about that? Alright, game. Help me out again. Oh, jeez. Whenever I check, it's always like, you are going the wrong freaking way. Turn the fuck around. Like, without fail.
This is Commander Ikande. All hands abandon ship.
Oh,
I
wow.
repeat, abandon ship.
Probably took a lot for him to... Oh, look at them trying to abandon ship.
Shuttle 2 launched. Shuttle 3 launched.
Do I have like some optional objective to like... No, I don't. Alright, game. I'm moving slow so my oxygen refills a little bit. It's getting a little spicy. Oh wow, a sign that actually says Op Center. Confront Commander Conde. Oh, so I get to talk to him like I did
there is
with
no way I'm going to allow the
Delgado.
vigilance to fall into the hands of the Crimson Fleet.
Why are you even bothering to talk? We should drop this asshole right now.
Oh,
Lower your weapon, Jillian.
Big mad.
Are you out of your mind? Why?
It would be pointless. I have activated the Vigilance's self-destruct. It won't be long before this ship and everyone who remains aboard are
Oh yeah, now that I think about it,
incinerated.
basically Delgado did the same thing with the key, and I was able to talk him down. Stalling for
I am
time.
not doing anything. You think I am the one causing this to happen? The destruction of this vessel and the deaths of everyone aboard falls on your shoulders. Whatever
I
caused
didn't
you to
touch the
side with these
self-destruct.
lawless pirates, I hope it was worth it.
Totally worth it, and I'll be talking about that when I load my other game and detail the tragic loss. Why
Because
do you care?
I need you to look me in the eye and tell me what motivates a person to cast aside all of their morals. In light of the circumstances you've created here, I think you owe me that much.
Being good didn't seem like much fun.
Fun? Is gambling with people's lives some kind of game to you? I did
in
not
this
expect such a
timeline, maybe.
callous reason as your motivation, but I clearly misjudged you when I approved your addition to the team.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
light
guilt
of
trip
what's
me all
about
you
to
want.
happen to us, I suppose it doesn't matter.
Yeah, where's my persuade option though? There it is. You're killing Toph just to make a
Hey!
point?
Commander Akande didn't make me do anything. I chose to stay behind.
You see? That is called loyalty. A concept,
A concept
that
you're
you are obviously unfamiliar with.
Alright,
And
cancel
why would I do
self-destruct.
that?
Ooh, he's not going to care if I threaten him with torture. I think you're bluffing. You wouldn't sacrifice your crew.
I admit, it's not an easy decision. I take it not everyone was able to abandon ship.
No, I killed a bunch of them running for the shuttles. I mean, what will killing us solve? Delgado has the legacy.
When you put it that way, it does seem hopeless.
I feel so bad, like, wrecking his hope like this. Shut off the self-destruct, or I'll make you. Delgado won't ever forgive Civ Steph. If you kill his captains, he'll hunt them. No. I mean, shut off the self-destruct, or I'll make
Damn
you.
pirates.
No matter how much you want to be, you aren't a murderer.
And I told you, their deaths are on your hands, not mine. So no, I will not comply. This isn't just about the vigilance or getting revenge on the fleet. I believe the galaxy is safer without you in it, and I will do everything in my power to remove you from it. Take it down. Do whatever it
Oh,
takes.
well, failed to persuade this time.
You can win.
Oh, I definitely can win. Oh, I can still cancel the self-destruct. I think. Oh, we get a pistol from him. Boring. We get his uniform, though. That's kind of cool. This is the stuff I know I would have gotten off of Delgado if I'd killed him instead of sparing him. This is what we need for the... Well, I mean, let's just take it all. Super over-comforted.
Catastrophic damage. Damage.
Now we got both of their command codes. I assume that's all I need to cancel the self-destruct.
Repair not possible.
I'm not even going to go down there because my girl might be over there. If I accidentally killed her without realizing that, I don't even want to know that. Enter command code. Commander Ikambe. Enter command code Lieutenant Jillian Toft. Abort self-destruct protocol. Oh man, that makes me think I kind of could have stopped the destruction of the key and gotten Delgado's stuff. That's okay
Lock
though.
it all down.
It's this gun that I get no matter what.
Damn. I guess we missed the party. It looks like
Yeah, I
you
already had
blew
all the
out
fun.
every last candle, Rook. Hope you made a wish. Anyway, we secured the ship. Easy once all the Marines took off.
Wanna sweep the area? Just in case?
Nah, I'm done here. Rook, I'll meet you back on the key.
Yeah, we really need to talk about me still being called Rook after I've done all this. Basically, obliterate an entire branch of the military, you know? I feel like I've maybe earned the captain's seat at this point. Please? God, that ship's massive.
Locks, air pressure, drive, all good to go, Captain. Sure.
See, I want to know what kind of reactor powers a ship that big, because I've been playing in Shipbuilder and it is just not possible to build a ship anywhere near that big. Return to the key, right. Time for the exciting conclusion, part 2. Oh, we're already at the key, right. Already at this location. Forgot that. I just noticed from this angle it actually looks like a... Jesus. Like a key.
Seals are locked and we are docked.
Holy shit, man, we did it! We planted a flag on the goddamn Vigilance.
And did you see those stiff rats jumping off the ship?
Didn't we? I chased a few down. Can't let the captains have all the fun.
Speaking of which, good work, Rook. You killed it out there.
God, that... Yeah, speaking of not the captains, yeah, I get it. I get it! I want my damn promotion. I've earned it, damn it. If they don't promote me to the captain at the end of this, I'm just gonna suddenly decide to murder everyone on board the key. Burn all my bridges.
That's one hell of a souvenir you got there, pirate.
I figured we can use it for target practice.
What about the rest of you? Come back with any spoils?
I looted some weapons.
Picked up some creds myself.
I think I got, somebody's toothbrush.
Ah, why would you take that?
That was a little weird. I mean, not the dialogue, but the bit at the end where they're like, "Rah!" Alright,
What a freaking day, am I right?
You are right. Sorry, I'm a little disorientated again. Here we go. I'm assuming that that's where. Yeah, speak with Delgado. Okay.
For Delgado! Yeah! For the legacy! Yeah! And for the fleet! Yeah!
You son of a bitch, you did it! You actually pulled it off!
Didn't I tell you, Dale? I told you there was something different about this Rook.
Oh my god, Nave, you're so full of shit.
What? I just call it like I see it, Jazz.
Yeah, sure. I seem to remember your rant about that lousy Rook and how you were gonna off that loser and take their ship. No?
Shut up, Jazz.
Jazz.
Both of you, cut the crap and let me talk. All right, look. I'm terrible at this crap, so I'm going to spare all of us the stupid speeches and make this short.
So, you'll note that when I got back on board the Key, Juan's here. Juan knows that I betrayed them, right? I want, like, I kind of suspect it's just going to be whatever the Crimson Fleet ending is for this quest, and it's not going to reflect the fact that I was, for most of the quest, working for the Vigilance. We did get a little bit of that with Ikonde and Toph talking about me betraying them and yada, 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 you know? But I want something from the pirate end of things for them to acknowledge that they know that I was undercover agent. Go ahead.
When I took over around here, things were looking grim. We were hanging on by a thread. The only thing that kept the fleet intact was the promise that I'd find Crix's legacy and put us back on top. At the time, I was full of shit.
It's definitely a fragile
I didn't know how the hell I was going to
here.
make that happen. And as the years passed, my words started to wear.
We lost a lot of good people because they thought Dale was chasing ghosts.
She's right. That thread I was talking about, it frayed. Badly. But when you found that recording on Suvorov, the hunt reignited. You gave us the courage we needed to hold fast. Now that his legacy is where it belongs, we can become the pirates Crix always meant us to be. Thanks to you.
All the things I need is my cut of Crix's legacy. Does this mean Steph is done for? He's going to be like, no, not really. What's going to happen to the Vigilance?
Oh, I can't wait to get my greasy little hands on that thing of beauty.
Jazz.
Get in line, Missy. You talking about my new ship there.
No one is doing anything to the Vigilance until I give the okay. For now, we're going to leave it at station keeping near the Key until we decide how badly to trick it out. If you've left anything over there, you're welcome to head back and have a look around.
Thank you. That's sort of like I can get back on the Key still if I want to. Does this mean Steph is done for?
Yeah, you wish.
Unfortunately, Neva's right. This is a setback for the United Colonies. But now that the Vigilance is gone and Ikande is out of the running, they're not going to just forget we exist. It's only a matter of time before they try and cook up some new scheme to come after us. Except this time, we'll be ready for them.
It took all of us working together as a crew to make this happen.
Well, since you think everyone around here helps so much, I'll just give them all a piece of your cut.
Dibs on the comm spike!
You would go for that garbage. Me? I only want the cash.
All right, let's get down to business. You want your money, and you're going to get it. A lot of it.
How do you know this will put the fleet back on
Shinya
top?
tells me we have enough money from that haul to not only fix up the Key, but purchase some serious firepower to pump up the fleet. Not to mention, pay off all the captains for sticking in there during our fight with Sistef. All that, and we'll still have plenty left over.
Yeah, it's quite the war chest, as long as everyone gets their
The
fair
hell
share.
with that. Haven't you learned anything? Demand the largest cut.
That was one of my dialogue.
No, spread the wealth. I'll take a bigger share. That's fine by me.
Okay,
I love
let's
these
get
guys.
this done. Before you head out and get drunk at the Nova, I want you to remember one thing. The fleet always comes first. There are still jobs to run, things to steal, and places to wreck. So celebrate, get wasted, then get back out there and make us some money.
So you get the $250,000 credits that I got from the SysDef mission. That's it. That is it. And I can report on that as well. Sarah wants to talk with me because she's not a big fan of this course of action. I'm pretty sure.
Now that we've got the legacy, I might work on a few personal projects.
Mind helping me with my ship? I'd like to view and modify my ships.
Let me punch that up, and we can have at it.
Now, why is he in the shipbuilder when he said he was going to load and continue on the game at this point? Well, I want to show you something. So, over the course of me doing this mission for the Crimson Fleet and infiltrating them, we unlocked all of these pieces of equipment. The scan jammers were always on her, which are good for like helping me smuggle contraband if I want to be doing that, which is all fine and dandy. But I can understand why when you lose. When you betray the Crimson Fleet and basically destroy their organization, why you're no longer able to get this tech. Like, this is tech that Jazz developed. It even has the Crimson Fleet symbol on the left-hand side, and you can see that. Then there's these two. Like, these are just related to if you're doing crime, and if you're doing crime, you're probably siding with the Crimson Fleet anyway. But these two things right here, the comm spike, which is the first thing we got, time to lock into enemy ships is reduced by 25%, and weapons cost 20% less to use in targeting mode. Huge upgrade to your ship. Only weighs 1 mass. Really good upgrade to your ship to put on there. I already have this on my ship here. Conduction grid. Reduce EM damage by 50% and increase shield regeneration by 25%. Again, monumental, huge upgrade to your ship. Now, I already have both of these on my ship, this one, right? I've got the conduction grid. Actually, I have 2 of them just for symmetry's sake. I've got the comm spike. I've got the multi-frequency scan jammer. I got it all, right? When I finished this quest with SysDef, something interesting happened, and that's Lieutenant Toft became a ship services person so that I could get, and she even said a line about like, now you can get all the fancy UC tech on your ship, right? The comm spike and the grid thingy, the comm spike more so than the other one, are kind of like United Colonies tech. There's certainly tech that I have brought back to the UC Vigilance as part of my missions for SysDef. So I fully expected to, through Lieutenant Toft, to be able to purchase those pieces of equipment after the mission was complete. But I can't. After this episode between videos, or after the last episode between videos, I built a new ship. I did some other things. I think on the Wanderer... Whoops. Let me go in the shipbuilder mode. On the Wanderer, I do have, I think, yes, I have the scan jammers built onto the Wanderer. But I don't have any of that other tech, I don't think. What's this? The comm spike. So I did put the comm spike on the Wanderer, which is great. I never did, and this is my dumb, I never did put the the grid on the Wanderer. And yeah, you permanently become locked out of those upgrades to your ship once you finish the Crimson Fleet faction quest. So just wanted to point that out to people. If you're playing along, don't be like me and neglect to get those things when you have the opportunity to do so. You should, in my opinion, you should max out your ships at 10 ships and put those items on every single ship in your collection of 10 ships, every single one of them, because you cannot access them later, and that way you can use your 10 ship slots that you have to, like, if you get in a shipbuilding like I did, you can build ships from scratch, and then you'll have access to those components to put on the new ships that you're building and stuff like that. They're huge upgrades, like really significant, and I feel like when I unlocked them, the game gave me some message that gave me the impression I'd be able to purchase them from other from like any shipbuilder, but it's just Jazz. It's just Jazz, and once Jazz is dead, you are forever locked out from those upgrades. So y'all been warned. I regret some of my choices, not siding with UC stuff, but I regret not getting those upgrades on more of my ships. I actually ended up using the Kepler.
Hey, there's my favorite walking cred stick. You headed out? Gotta get busy spending your fortune, huh?
I ended up using the Kepler to build my third custom ship. So I could have, theoretically, before I boarded the Legacy and did all that, searched that enormous ship and all that, I could have installed it on the Wanderer, on the ship I already have it all on, and on the Kepler, and I would have been happy for the rest of the game. But it actually bothers me that I've lost access to those. But yeah, it looks like I can recruit Mathis onto my crew if I choose.
You're really creeping me out, you know.
Yeah, you're creeping me out too, buddy. But I'm done complaining. I am gonna load now my my save from the other timeline. Now that we're done with all that Crimson Fleet stuff, I've got these new UC Systef missions that they're specifically to go after pirates, which is fun. But I think it's time to clean up a few of these side quests that I've been sleeping on for a long time. For example, I think it was Out on a Limb? No. Red Tape Blues, right. No, not Red Tape Blues. What is the one I'm thinking of? I've maybe already lost the one I was thinking of. Was it an activity? Let's take a look. Oh yeah, all my crew members want to have a little chat about what went down. Oh, interesting. So it looks like that mission timed out eventually. I had that mission to steal the... Oh, yeah, no, I do still have it. It's Distilling Confidence is the one I'm thinking of. Nissa Marcano has asked me to help acquire some cargo from off-world. It's being held in secure storage at the spaceport. I'll need to figure out a way to retrieve it. Decided my time with the pirates has eased my restrictions. I'm going to do some of these quests that sort of fall into a gray area when it involves stealing and not killing. I think we can do it. Especially when this is just bureaucratic nonsense that's keeping her from her dreams and ambitions. We can't let that stand. I have a quest marker somewhere. Oh. It's behind my ship. Interesting. I don't think I've ever explored back there.
Hey, this really isn't a good place for civilians to be hanging around. There's
No,
something I can
understandable.
help you with?
Yeah, I just need to steal some. I mean, you've got some cargo that was impounded. I need access to it.
Yeah. I can't really just let you in there.
I can bribe him. Well, my choices are bribe, and I'm sure we can work something out.
I hear you.
You can't just have anyone going through. I get it. It must be hard for you to say no all the time.
Thank you. All right, look, don't tell anyone I did this for you. I could lose my job over it. If anyone asks, I had nothing to do with this. You got it? 1 second.
Yeah, mum's the word. Mum's the word. I would never.
All right, make it quick, will you?
Will do. Thank you. Doop-a-doop-doop-doo. Yoink. Doop-a-doop-doop-doo. Thank you, kind sir. Hey, I have good news for you. It took,
Any luck finding my cargo?
yeah, that's exactly what I came to talk to you about. I know it took me 60 episodes to get to this point, and you asked me to do this, like, on episode 2. Sorry about the long wait, but
Hey there, new
I
guy.
got you.
Hope life is treating you well. Let me know if I can get you anything.
I have a present for you.
Oh, no way. You really got it? I probably don't want to know what you did to get this, right? I mean, I want to know, but it's maybe better if I don't.
I called in a favor.
Oh, did you? Well, I know who to go to next time I need to renew my liquor license. Well, look, I can assure this will all be worth it in the end. Matter of fact, I'm going to let you have the first ever sample. On top of that, you get free drinks. Not like unlimited free drinks, but you want a
come
little
on.
pick-me-up now and then? I got you covered. I need
All
some
right,
time
thanks,
to
Nissa.
work
I
on what comes
appreciate you.
next. But this was the difficult part, I think. Really? Thank you so much.
Oh, see, look how appreciative she is. And she gave me her new drink, the Supernova.
Stop by anytime you'd like to catch up.
If you're
All right, thanks,
reassigning
Nissa,
me,
I will.
mind choosing somewhere outside of New Atlantis?
Still no bounty hunter here. I guess he's gone for good. All right, let's see what else is on the cleanup agenda, shall we? Yeah, I do need to talk with them. Right, so this was on Cydonia. He wanted me to hack into the system and get myself a job as the assistant to the director, and then help him with the approval to get more equipment for the miners. We could do that. Right, that's a bit mean. We don't want to kill anyone. I think maybe it's time. Time to get back to the main story. Time to finally stop procrastinating and talk to Keeper Aquilus. We are in New Atlantis, after all.
Say those Varun zealots worship a snake. But let me tell you.
Now, like I mentioned previously, I've never been in this building. I've been kind of avoiding it the whole game. Oh, wow, he's actually not in the building itself. Well, I want to explore this building, so that's perfect. He can wait right out there, and we'll catch up with him in a little bit. Let's go check out the Sanctum Universum. Wow, look at this place. Oh, interesting. So this is among the grav jumps. I have a Greater End Volume 3, but I really wanted to find Volumes 1 and 2, although it looks like we only got Volume 1 here. And then among the grav jumps, I don't think I've seen before too. These all say take too. Well, let's check it out. Among the grav jumps, God seeks you. Is God real? The more proper question would be, is reality divine? Existence itself is a mystery which yearns to be uncovered. What is goodness but a compassion to the good? What is existence but a participation in being? Any common attribute invites comparison to some more pure form of it. And as we work our way up the tree of attributes, from apples to red, to color, to waveforms, to energy, to space-time, to existence, we find fewer and fewer branches to explore. All of reality eventually converges into a single point. Some call it Omega, others tell us, others call it God. But its true nature is best understood in another way. For where the diversity of our universe inspires awe and wonder, it exists only in contrast to a simplicity so pure that it may only be understood as primordial and even divine. To say that it exists is effectively redundant, as it is, in fact, existence itself. Our being derives from being. Our essence is what was imagined by its mind. Our essence is what was imagined by its mind, but what we consider imagining and what we consider mind are in fact so far beyond our understanding that even these metaphors are like the tiny whitecaps on a massive surging sea. Most urgently, this being, which gives rise to reality itself, seeks to understand its consequence. By which I mean you and me. Our senses are limited and only able to perceive 3 dimensions, as we are helplessly flung along the 4th in a single direction. But our finest minds tell us that the universe has at least 12 dimensions, and who knows what further knowledge may be revealed in time. From our meager capacity, the universe is not simply unexplored, but fully unknowable in any comprehensive sense. And so we rely on revelation. We submit ourselves to direct communion with the one source of truth, for truth is another of its attributes, even as all the separate aspects resolve into simplicity. To know the truth, we must know the truth, capital T, and that truth, capital T, wishes to know us as well. You know, this sounds very much like what we read in the other book about the unity. It's calling it truth, capital T in this book, but we know what they're talking about here. Our physical embodiments are limited to movement in 3 dimensions, just as fabric is bound to and defined by its wrap and weft. But we have a power that raises us above the unminded matter that merely exists without will. We can bend the fabric of space-time, rending warp from weft. Oh, that's a tongue twister. Peering through the veil that we may otherwise mistake for all that there is. When we do so, by jumping from point to point. Oh yeah, this book is ostensibly about warping. We are not merely moving in space, but becoming voyagers into a new level of understanding. Those moments between grav jumps are not simply nothingness, but glimpses into understanding of the mystery that underlies all reality. To know the truth is to become closer to the divine ourselves. This is the purpose of our lives. The purpose of the Sanctum Universum is to guide you in these experiences, so each opportunity to know is not squandered. Seek out Aquilus. Let him open your heart to the understanding that there is no different from your mind. I feel like that's maybe a typo. And join us as we seek further communion and increase our sharing in the nature of the divine. So I think A Greater End Volume 3. Yeah, this is the one we already read about the Unity. I wonder if Volume 2 is in this office somewhere, because I feel like I'm going to end up reading these in all sorts of the wrong order. Oh well. Let's check out Volume 1, shall we? Put again from your mind any notion of what you might have once learned about something people call God. Have no assumptions about belief or even divinity itself. If you are a believer by natural aptitude, try and place yourself in the mindset of the pure empiricist who adheres to the strictest scientism. If you are not a believer, take your skepticism and elevate it to its highest orders, such that you will not even admit the small sense of the spiritual, the superstitious, or such thing as a lucky roll of the dice. This is really a sort of, just like the other things I've read from Sanctum Universum, not what I was expecting, based on the conversations we've had so far with their priests and whatnot. They're constantly talking about God this, God that, but Keeper Aquilus seems to be on some sort of higher level of spirituality and understanding in regards to those things. All is physical and all is determined. What we don't understand is simply for lack of exploration or appropriate mathematical tools. With sophisticated enough observatory instruments, we could explain the movements of every particle of being, from the subatomic to the supercluster. There is no unseen hand which created anything, simply the forces of physics working mindlessly at each other. And yet, a sunset may still be lovely. Certainly, we may be able to pinpoint the exact chemical breakdown of an atmosphere that refracts light from certain star types in a way that the human visual system finds pleasing. But this knowledge does not reduce the beauty, it rather enhances it. We may say that notions of beauty vary across societies and ages, but even such relativism cannot rob us of our particular experience in a given moment. We may not wish to see ourselves as anything more than happenstance firings of chemical signals driven by the grim lurchings of evolutionary processes, but to reduce ourselves thus leaves the reality of a mind existing at a specific instant to experience a certain pattern of photons that it interprets in a manner that it finds beneficial in some way. I would hope, even if you admit no possibility of the supernatural, that there is still space in your worldview for awe and wonder. The universe is charged with grandeur. When we experience that grandeur, we come closer to the underlying reality of the universe. Huh. Fun and interesting stuff indeed. All people by nature desire to know. This is the maxim of the philosopher. the start of our most ancient discourse, and the continuing truth that unites humanity's current diaspora to its cradle around the yellow sun. Ooh, this is a spiritual guide for after the world's end by Keeper Aquilus. He is quite the prolific author. He seems to have written all of the religious texts for this religion. It makes me wonder how long the Sanctum Universum has been around. The death of Earth may be cause for wistful reflection. Its time as the center of humanity recedes ever further into the past, and living generations find it so removed from their existence as to amount to nothing more than historical trivia. Our technology and culture advanced to forms that would be scarcely recognizable as human to even our recent forebears. And yet we still identify as part of the same lineage that first tamed fires and noticed that certain of the lesser heavenly lights seem to move in patterns. This taming and noticing, the vital combination of act and reflection, is what separates us from all other beings we have yet encountered. This is the foregone essence of humankind. All people desire to know. The subjects of that knowledge may vary across different cultures, epochs, and individual proclivities, but the need to know, to draw existing knowledge into new combinations, and to expand what exists is ever present. Even the simplest of us seeks to know their neighbor, or themselves, or their work. The more ambitious intellects may seek to know the truth of galactic superstructures, or the social origins of modernity. That pursuit unites us as a single race more than any biological coincidence or historical lineage can. Not all knowledge is of the intellect, however, and different principled approaches may yield their subsequently different conclusions or qualities of understanding altogether. Here is where the first serious objections may be raised, particularly as the disciples of scientism begin the inhale of their great collective bellows, so as to put forth pure empiricism as the only valid means of knowledge. I do not wish to dampen their enthusiasm, nor do I deny the great benefits that have been found through that approach. Some of our earliest recorded disputes in the history of thought stem from whether reason or experience is the right path to knowledge. Our senses may be easily deceived, so we are forced to confront the possibility that they are always so. Our minds can be addled by decrepitude or confused by ideologies, making them no more trustworthy. To assign a place of privilege to either reason or experience is itself a curatorial act, which exists as part of a long philosophical tradition, whether the chooser knows it or not. Hoo boy. Some heavy language in the works of Aquilus here. Whether the chooser knows so or not. All of this is to bring me around to my greater point, that of faith. I speak not here of a supernatural belief itself, though I will shortly come to it. Rather, faith is the acceptance of a truth that has been given from another, whether the other came to it by reason or experience, whether the other is one superior or inferior, whether the truth is a factual or qualitative one, does not matter. By incorporating a truth into one's knowledge without having arrived at it by individual means, a person is committing an act of faith. Faith takes many forms that may be unexpected. The most passionate science chauvinist may believe in the existence of atoms, even though such things have not been, cannot be observed directly. I feel like that's a little bit of a weird sentence because we can, even with modern technology, observe atoms. Well, I mean, I guess not with the naked eye, if that's what he means by directly. They believe in them out of a trust in sound evidence and mathematical proofs, but even them, have they themselves seen the evidence? Have they themselves performed the mathematics? At some point in their epistemological journey towards greater knowing, they have, with near certainty, accepted some truth on faith. That faith may be in their teachers, in their texts, in the process of peer review, in the very existence of causality, but faith it remains. Which brings me, then, to the question of supernatural belief, particularly the ways such beliefs manifested in human religions over the course of our history. In these matters, both believers and unbelievers are quite willing to say that the method of knowing is faith. That reason may also be applied to these same matters is unsurprising, particularly in light of the origin maxim which opened this text. Many a towering intellect has turned the full force of its powers to questions of faith, and these inquiries may prove to be enlightening exercises, regardless of the reader's own commitments. There is, though, a point of departure, for at the core, the very foundation of their thought, there is an assumption of the existence of something that these thinkers choose to label as God. The concept that such philosophers label as God is not necessarily that of any particular faith tradition. There is a noble attempt, with varied levels of success, to separate the doctrinal tenets of their lived religion from the philosophical projects they undertook. Their philosophical reasoning differs from that of a non-believer merely in that they are willing to allow for the possibility of existence of something labeled as God. However, none of them set out to prove such an existence, since the question is itself the exemplar of non-falsifiability. True. I mean, in modern debates between religious people and atheists, the atheists often make the point that the God claim is non-falsifiable. That you can't disprove the existence of God, the same as you can't prove the existence of God. It's just not possible to do. And very often, those who believe in God, in religion, some religious philosophy, will, begin those sorts of debates saying, tell me your proof that God doesn't exist. But it's a logical fallacy, really, to even assume that such proof is possible and necessary in order to not believe or to question beliefs. I've gone off on a tangent. Let me find my place again. The question of the existence of something that might be considered God is outside the realm of reason. However, once a person has come to accept either belief or non-belief as a truth via some act of faith, then reason can subsequently be employed to continue a discourse with that axiom. I don't know about that. So what do we mean, then, when we are to speak of something labeled God? You may note that I have not yet called this something directly, and have never used the more traditional label without the deployment of quotation marks. This is to intentionally set distance between whatever associations a reader may have with the concept. All the bundles of traditions and dogmas and doctrines and persecutions and violence and mania can be set aside for the moment. I need you to forget everything you think you know about something that people might label as God. Clear your mind to the tabula rasa as best you are able. We proceed from here. Now, from this blankness, esteemed philosophers have derived notions of the self, or time and space, as the singular foundation for understanding reality. I do not need to recapitulate their ideas here. I trust a well-equipped data terminal may bestow upon you the gifts of the mediator and the imperator in this matter. Whatever sort of epistemological framework you choose to adopt, let us assume that you have agreed to some notion of the self and some notion of reality, even if you don't agree that the one can actually perceive the other. And here the truest existential nihilists who wish to deny even reality itself may exit the car. Recall our prime maxim that all people by nature desire to know. And so, from this blankness, we ask questions. Who are my parents? What is justice? Why do the stars twinkle? Should I pursue a romantic relationship? All of these inquiries are ways of knowing, and ways of thinking, and ways of acting. And understanding all of it is the reality that we share. For ultimately, all questions eventually become some sort of why. Why did my parents abandon me? Why was this injustice committed? Why was I rejected? And whys have a way of coalescing towards a unified point. Your parents abandoned you because of their addictions, which came from their hardships, which came from from an unjust society, which was formed out of scarcity, which is a consequence of mineral distribution on the planet, which derives from the relative weights of various elements in a molten protoplanet, which is correlated with their atomic mass, which relates to the interaction of subatomic particles, which ... And so proceed ad infinitum, but not quite, because ultimately there is an epistemic barrier beyond which we can no longer ask why. Why do subatomic particles act the way they do? Because of quantum strings. Why do they act the way they do? Because of laws of mathematics and physics. Why are those laws what they are? Why does causality exist? Why does anything exist at all? That the chain of questions continues towards this asymptote? Asymptote? That's actually a word I'm not familiar with. I consider myself to have a pretty extensive vocabulary. That one's a new one on me. Cannot be denied. Questions continue towards... I assume asymptote is like a final point, like an end of discourse, so to speak. The staunchest unbeliever may be quite wary that the line of questioning is approaching realms that science can no longer address, but still they cannot deny the question itself. They may only assert that they do not care about the answer. These questions exist to their conclusion, though, whether or not we choose to concede defeat earlier in the sequence. Woof. These are some thick reads. Thank you for bearing with me. We've got one more left, Volume 3. So we face the question of why there is even a reality to contemplate and find the tools of our minds lacking. There is unquestionably a mystery underlying all reality, and I do not speak of mystery in the sense of a puzzle we cannot solve or a murder that cannot be attributed. Rather, I speak of mystery, the proper noun, capital M, something so remote that it is not simply unknown, but unknowable. Such mysteries can also appear in a more mundane context, such as the attempts to answer the question of, who are you? Without giving the more simple answers of your name, your occupation, your ethnicity, etc. The mystery I speak of, that underlies all reality, is unknowable to the same extent that you and I are unknowable. Not because it is so distant, though it is, but because it is also so close. Transcendence and immanence come to a paradoxical unity in a concept that our minds can barely comprehend the proper shape of its question. So then, the mystery that underlies all reality is the very same thing that many in our past and present choose to label as God. I myself will not use such a label, out of both respect and caution about its traditional usage. But let us acknowledge that we are speaking of the same thing. What function does this concept have in a hostile universe? This is why I asked you to discard all your previous notions tied to the mystery, because there tends to be an assumption of benevolence or care associated therein. Already this is skipping many steps, as it ascribes a selfhood to the mystery, which is a prerequisite for intent, which is a prerequisite for will, which is needed before any ideas of agency can be questioned. A great deal of intellectual work remains to prove those concepts, and we will arrive to them in time, but for now, avoid thinking of the mystery as anything other than the unknowable thing which underlies reality, the ground of being, the very cause of existence itself. that is far more interesting and far more fruitful a starting place than any Sky King, creators of ages past. This form of mystery becomes our new frontier of knowing. The acts and reflections that unite us to our ancestors continue in our new milieu. But we are forced by circumstance to reconsider all truths from the very first principles. For those who wish to embark on the crucial philosophical voyage of this chapter of humanity, I open my mind and provide these writings as guides and signposts. Seek me out and seek my words. It makes no difference to those who wish to know the truth. For indeed all people by nature desire to know. What a fun read. I feel like I just learned a whole lot about the Sanctum Universum. Like I mentioned earlier, I definitely got a really weird first impression about Sanctum Universum, both from Matthias and from random preachers I encountered in my playthrough so far. But it sounds like it's a lot more there's a lot more depth to it. I really, I was saying how much I like the House of the Enlightened and hate the Sanctum Universum, but I've come around. It's a bit more of a spiritual philosophy, but I like that at least the head of the church is saying, like, let's not be bogged down by this concept of God or even of a divine will. Let's just focus on a greater spiritual understanding of the universe and of reality. And I can get behind that. I can 100% get behind that. Among the grav jumps, that's the one I already got from in there, so we'll leave that. Man, do I want book 2 of the series talking about the Unity. I'm still surprised it's not anywhere to be found in here. I'm also surprised to note that there's really not much going on in this church. There's like a little, a place for people to sit on their pillows and hear someone read from the religious texts and...
It's something, isn't it? The further out we reach into the stars, the more we learn about ourselves.
Yeah, like I didn't expect that sort of philosophy. I guess they really do dovetail more with Constellation than I gave them credit, and I've sort of been given Matthias crap. He did talk about angels, avenging angels at some point in regards to the Starborn, which sort of, made me think, oh, this is just space Christianity, but sounds like it's got a lot more going on.
The first time
I noticed
came
that's a
to
named
New
NPC,
Atlantis,
so
I met Thomas. Thought it was absolutely crazy. Oh, how that's changed.
So I see Rosa and Thomas are a couple. They're both named NPCs, so I do want to talk to them.
One
Rosa.
simple jump. The same as I'd made dozens of times before, and something touched me. Something warm and kind and good.
So apparently they're having religious experiences during grav jumps. I did run into like a Sanctum Universum like tour group at some point, so I did know that was something they did. But they're kind of sounding like House Varun, right? It's kind of like there's kind of a creepy parallel. Well, I don't know. Creepy is the right word.
First jump. It changes you, unlocks something within you. Have you felt it?
I mean, I'll be real. I've been grav jumping all over the settled systems, and I haven't had any sort of religious experience, but I'm happy for you. Do you have any dialogue, Thomas?
Our numbers are growing
over there didn't have
every
any
year.
dialogue for me.
Aquilis's message really connects with people.
I'll admit, I'm impressed by his message.
Some folks never feel. There are folks It's something, isn't it?
So those named NPCs do not, in fact, have any dialogue besides their standard lines. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. You did have something I hadn't heard yet.
Our numbers are growing every year.
No, heard that one. Heard that one.
It changes you, unlocks something within. Some folks never feel it. That connection to the universe you only get from grav jumping. Honestly, I wish I could show them what they're missing.
I mean, I suppose that's true. Some people haven't grav jumped. She just walked to the other side of the room.
I try and take a few trips each year now. No real destination in mind. It's the jumping that matters.
Well, geez. Okay. Yeah, he does talk about grav jumping in that text about grav jumping. Well. You know, I know I said I was going to get into the main story, but we are at that point that I should be considering ending the video here. I think, you know, there's some more side stuff we could be doing. I do want to check out the Sanctum Universum Church in a few other of the major cities also. But I just can't wait to get back into the main story and do some stuff with that. So I think next video, we'll pick up right here where we left off, and we will start heading down the main story quest again and seeing where it leads us. Now that I've read all this stuff, all these religious texts about the Sanctum Universum, I was regretting not regretting, but sort of dreading this part of the quest with Matthias and Keeper Quillis. I thought this was going to be some crazy nonsense, but I'm really excited now. I think that, Aquilus has had some sort of experience, some sort of encounter with the Starborn, and I'm really interested in hearing what he knows about the Unity. But we'll find out next time. Thank you, everybody, for watching. As always, have a fantastic day.